Ready?
I'm ready for anything.
What could possibly happen?
Oh my goodness, don't ever say that. Good morning. The camera looks different today. I feel like every time it looks different. We're gonna have to do a cross
I think
compare.
it looks lower.
It does look lower.
I used the wrong two legs on the tripod.
Oh, yeah, maybe. Or maybe we are higher.
Maybe.
We hope you're having a great week this week. We're almost halfway through August. I guess I'm getting ahead of myself. School starts next week.
August is already over.
It feels like it. I'm working on my schedule and just this month is just over.
Go to the store, look, Easter's here.
Yeah, Easter's here. That is crazy. Why do we do that? That's okay. So a question for all of us is why do we, well, I know the answer.
Right.
Consumerism.
It's
but
all money.
But I mean, there's Christmas decorations out and it's August. I don't want to think about Christmas or winter.
I haven't even had my turkey yet.
No. Although I love turkey. I can eat it year-round.
Or my big orange bucket of candy.
Is that what you have for
Halloween?
For Labor Day?
Yeah, my Labor Day bucket of candy. Yeah, it's my favorite holiday.
It's a holiday tradition for Labor Day. I'm going to wait because last week I kept sipping and it was really hot and I kept burning my mouth. So I'm going to be patient and let my tea
don't soar too
steep a little
high.
bit. Yeah, it's a soaring high. Well, we had a wonderful weekend of art festing.
It was festive.
And we had an alpaca, which was wonderful. Boomer. That was fun.
Boomer and I had a conversation.
Yeah, what did he enlighten you on something?
When he was getting ready to leave. And I was like, maybe he doesn't want to hang out or get pet. And then Julie informed me that that's the noise he makes where he's looking for where he's supposed to poo.
He's telling you.
Yeah.
Listen, Paul, I gotta get out of here. I got some business to take care of. It's not you, it's me. I gotta go. Okay, Boomer. Do what you gotta do. Oh my goodness. It was so much fun. Lots of kids there. I think that was really wonderful to see the kiddos running around and playing with water balloons. And
I missed the water balloon toss this year, which is cool with me because last year I got annihilated.
You got soaked. Yeah, I think all the adults scurried away. Michaela and I were out there. We were in it. And I convinced her. I was like, just do it. You won't get that wet. And then the tomfoolery hit, and then water balloons started flying. Her and I just start booking it out. Get out of here.
And that's my cue. I'm going to go find Boomer. I gotta find somewhere to poo.
Alpaca poo, speaking of, is apparently very nourishing for your garden. They sell it at Sunny Meat Alpacas. What are you drinking there?
Zevia.
Root beer. I haven't had a good root beer.
It's a ginger root beer.
Ever, because I don't actually like root beer, but...
It's the only flavor of Zevia that's non-caffeinated that tastes good.
Okay, well, there you go. Advertisement here for Zevia. That's how we get our funding, is through these
advertisements. Sponsor us,
Zevia. We are here for you. All right, well... I suppose let's get into it.
All right.
We could
see what's happening.
Blabber on all day. It's a strange. I say that every week. It's a strange week, but I feel like
it's been weird.
It's been weird. Lots of intense, internal transformations. External feels like things are happening there, but it's the impact is internally. Yeah. Are we menstruating it sounds like we're menstruating as a society. It's that time of the year again.
It's that time of the year. I woke up covered in blood from head to toe.
That's a different issue. If you're bleeding, we gotta.
My rabbit was staring at me
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna cut. Because this is our card. Ooh.
Mysticism.
This is fun. Oh boy. Mysticism. It looks like that emoji, the lady dancing emoji with her red dress. Mm-hmm. That's what it looks like.
Really?
Maybe she's a mystic.
That never crossed my mind
anyone
about
else
the
think
image
that?
on that
Maybe
card.
it's just me. Yeah.
Except for maybe the flowing of the dress.
Yeah, we'll see, because she does like the whoosh, she's like mid-flow.
See, this is the wind carrot.
Oh, okay. All right, the wind. Well, tell us what this means. I don't have a clue.
I don't have a clue.
Okay, well, we are done. Thank you for joining us here at Ordinary Pioneer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So I guess this week we're gonna spend some time looking at things from a more mystical. I don't like using the word.
It's a synonym.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. I love cinnamon.
I know. But anyway, we'll just stick with mystical for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
In some point later on in this, I'll just blurt out a word and you guys will be like, what the heck? So, but that needs to be our perspective a little bit more. We've been dealing with a lot of practicalities recently and making adjustments to our lives that are more sustaining for the mundane, as it were. And we're being guided, especially with this portal we're going through right now, the Lionsgate portal, to take things in a new direction internally. So from there, we have to realize that to balance ourselves properly, we need the internal and the external practicalities. We can't just be like, well, I paid that bill, so what does it matter about my connection to the divine?
But wait, there's more than bills and,
Right.
and society and these thoughts that we have. There's more. It feels like I'm trying to think of the word, a fail-safe. Like mysticism, the mystical energy that's coming through right now feels like a fail-safe where we have been caught up because of the energy that we're working through right now and a lot of physical changes that are taking place. But then the fail-safe to make sure that we don't go overboard into that is our mystical, substituting that in this moment for spiritual
Yes.
abilities and knowing that why am I making all of these choices the way that I'm making it? Am I here simply to survive as a human being or to accomplish something greater?
Yeah. In walks the door.
The mystic.
You're a reminder.
Yes. The mystic is here.
Slap you around a bit.
Yeah. And that's like everlasting, like feeling of safety and survive.
Yeah.
Like it's the soul lives on. And so we can work, as a representation of our life, we can work in this world and the elements of survival, have a job, make an income, feed ourselves, feed our family, all of that stuff. But there's a grander purpose and a grander representation that the soul is continuing to evolve and to live on and morph and change and all these things.
And I think the more we lean into that idea, the more self-empowered we feel as well. And that's part of what people think they get instantaneously from a practice of spiritualism in all of its forms, is this like divine power. But like anything else, we have to work for it. We have to remind ourselves daily. We have to understand daily that we're always evolving towards this idea of being one. And there are a plethora of mystical moments we come across on the way to that.
What a wonderful way to start out. So just dance. Just dance.
Ooh, you're shuffling the tarot today.
I'm just in it. Actually, I thought this was the chakra deck, so I was going to move it out of the way, but now I have it in my hand. So
Yeah.
grabbed the wrong deck, so I'm just going to go for it. Unless you rigged it. Do you rig it and you're like, I'm going to do this card and I got to memorize?
Set everybody up.
Yes. Ha We try to fool you here at Ordinary Pioneer. It's all trickery. It's all trickery. Illusionists. We are. Hey!
Did you just flip that in the wrong way?
I don't know. Did I?
Yeah, but okay.
How do you flip it? Oh, I do this.
Okay.
You do it to the side?
Yeah.
So is it supposed to actually be reversed?
Yeah.
We'll reverse it.
No. Your energy changed the whole perspective of it. See?
Hey,
it's that simple.
Hey, it's that simple.
What could have been a very cloudy time for us, your
Let me
energy
show what card
took
we're
in-
talking about here.
Oh,
We got
yeah.
this last week, right? Is this last
Did
week?
we?
A couple weeks ago.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yes. The sun. Here comes the sun. Let us all ride naked on horses and embrace
And become
the sun.
babies again.
Become babies again.
So, right off the bat with your energy shifting, and that's how simple it can be, is to just sometimes unknowingly or sometimes very directly realize that we're in a dark place, that we're in a space of melancholy, I suppose, and shifting that perspective, I guess. And we'll use the transition of that moment a little bit more here to state that this is where we're at right now, is coming through a process of transforming our darkness into light. So this week, pay attention to all those little blessings that come by and all the grand moments, tying it back to the mysticism a little bit. All those times you go, oh God, I feel so much better now because of this or that. So the problem with Zevia is moving that energy into the Four of Swords.
I'm no fan of white.
We all have different dreams and goals that we think of on a daily basis. And what stands out as the most prominent for us right now needs to be the one that brings us the most peace. So if you have an energy about you or a goal or desire that you're trying to achieve that has been a problem for you recently, this is the exact moment where you get to transmute that into a real situation. So, if you've been struggling with your health, if you've been struggling with setting boundaries, things like that, this is the time that those kinds of goals can be achieved much easier than, say, you're a normal day-to-day. So for the rest of the week, if you want to work particularly on something, work on something like that, because the divine is blessing you with this opportunity to work through those things and really set new routines almost. And that doesn't have to be in a physical sense. This can go back to the spiritual sense of things. Maybe you haven't been meditating, maybe you haven't been doing your yoga, maybe you haven't been practicing Qigong. This is the time to refocus on the things that are important to you in a spiritual sense. And then with the Three of Pentacles energy at the end here, what we're being asked to focus on here is kind of an idea of letting go of having a plan about how we're going to approach these things. Just kind of let them unfold. Beyond putting focus on them, you don't really have to do much else. You don't have to have a structure to how you're advancing. And this week will give you an opportunity to just think, see, and let it happen. Let it unfold as it will. And to be honest, the more you try to develop a game plan or something like that, the more you're just going to end up limiting yourself, because you're going to see lack of progress, as it were. As the kids say.
Is that what they say?
Sure. As the adults say. Yeah, so don't trick yourself into thinking you're failing by setting parameters to how you become better at who you want to be as you transition into your highest self,
This reading has been interlaced in conversations with some of our community members this week, particularly the ones who are going through some pretty big life changes. And the conversations that we got into that they taught me was really taking it moment by moment, sometimes like second by second, to allow things to unfold rather than intellectually trying to determine, where am I going? What is this all about? How can I, carve a path and let it unfold and be a witness to that unfolding? Otherwise, when we're faced with a big challenge and we're thrown into this fight or flight, we can be disconnected from the progress of whatever it is that's happening, and we can miss some opportunities for learning some of the lessons and the growth opportunities through it. It's like, falling asleep during a movie, but the movie itself could have been extremely transformational. It could have been really boring. It could have been really boring. If you're falling asleep, it's probably really boring. But being connected to each and every moment and asking in this moment right here, what do I have right here, right now, that I can anchor into that's peaceful for me, that feels good, that feels right? If it's the breath, anchor into the breath. If we're walking in nature and we're experiencing the sound of the birds, that is our anchor.
Yeah, in each of us, it's going to be something that stands out. Usually these are things to key into, especially when you're working with your inner child too, is because the things that bring you to those moments of being anchored are usually some sort of nostalgic memory that to a time when you were peaceful and happy. So add that level to it, but don't, again, try too hard.
I like that. I'm good at that.
Yeah, well.
Try a little bit. But not too hard.
Not too hard.
Not too hard.
Half-ass it.
Half-ass it. And we are complete. And the reminder, too, that our external is symbolic of our internal, and our internal is symbolic of our external. And so if we're working to discover peace outside of ourselves, looking at what in our environment is helping us feel grateful, is helping us feel that joy, then we're going to have that reaction internally. And just as if we wake up in the morning with gratitude, what do I feel grateful for today? Then the world and the circumstances around us are going to reflect that. And we can verify how that works every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to take that a little bit of a step further is the reflection externally to internally or internally to externally is simultaneous. So your perception of the world is enough to change the perception of your internal. So that's where a lot of addiction comes from, is people perceive the world from a very bleak, dark place, and then that reflects from inside of them and then reflects back out and makes it a really dark, bleak place.
Yes. Andalus was talking about a song to introduce you if you haven't heard this song, and I actually started listening to it this morning, but it's called The Fruitful Darkness by Trevor Hall. We were talking about this darkness that we've been through last night after Release and Restore, and it's a really beautiful song, and I'll leave it at that.
I wish I liked music.
Oh my goodness.
I have this problem with listening to music anymore.
I thought you were joking.
No.
Oh, we're like right now. I'm like, yesterday I was like, what was the song I was singing? I was like, what's that song? And I gave him like 3 notes and he's like, oh, ba 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 ba.
Yeah. See, I used to listen to music all day, every day. And for the last couple of years, I'm like, I don't care.
No, you can make your own kind of music. Make your own kind of music. What's the next lyric?
Bob said, I'm out of here.
I only know that from Lost. Isn't that the song from Lost?
Make your own kind
of music. Sing your own special song. I think that's it. All you Lost fans, tell me if I'm on. Is that right?
All four.
All four of you that tell me if I've hit the mark. Anyways, thank you for that. This is wonderful, perfect, and delightful. And now let us meditate. Let the body settle in. If there's any wiggles you want to get out, get the wiggles out. If there's any words you need to say before you settle in, say the words or think them. Release and let go and be right here. And simply noticing this moment with no particular intention of discovery, no expectation of what this moment is or what you will learn. Simply notice. Notice the feel of your feet and whatever it is they're touching. The feel of your hands. Notice your spine, the position of your spine, whether you're sitting or lying down or standing. Notice each vertebrae of the spine. And the nerves that run throughout. Notice where your breath is traveling into when it enters into the body. Not as a way to change it or to breathe right, or to judge ourselves for breathing wrong or differently. Simply notice. Notice the feel of the breath in the throat. Notice the sounds you can hear. And without judging or trying to determine what's making these noises, Notice with a judge-free mind. And welcome them in as a part of this experience. Notice if there's any thoughts that come through. And then notice those thoughts dissolve. Notice the empty space in between each thought. Notice the reaction, the result of each thought in the body and in the heart. And then as the thought passes, notice how the feel of the body and the heart shift again. Notice the vibration of your cells. Notice the empty space in between your cells. Notice this shell of your being, represented as the physical form. And notice this internal nucleus of your form. This emptiness and stillness deep within you. Notice the energy that flows through you. That flows within you. That flows around you. Begin to deepen your breath. This reminder of life in the body. This blessing delivered to us every few seconds of every day. Automatically, without request. It simply happens because you are meant to be right here, within your circumstances, with the mind and the heart that you have. The breath, the reminder, that this right here is yours to experience, to be a part of. Deepen the breath even more. Perhaps a sense of gratitude coming through now as you breathe. Thank you for the breath. Thank you for this grace. Thank you for this life. We'll bring our hands to prayer in front of the heart as a representation of this gratitude, this humility of being in the human body. Honoring, revering that light within you. And that same light that flows through all beings. May we all be at peace. Namaste. Thank you for joining me again, Paul. Put her there. Put her there. Put her where? We love you. We adore you. We are grateful for you. Thank you for continuing to fuel this mission of ours to make healing accessible for all beings, to welcome all beings into this space, whether live here and in person or digitally out in the cosmos. You are a part of this with us and you are watching it, which means you are helping fuel this energy that we are generating here.
From all of us here at SNN.
And now to weather. Be blessed. Enjoy the blessings of this week. And that's all I have. Any last words?
Oh, God.
Okay, well, we don't have time for that. We love you. Goodbye.